My name is Abhishek. I am an engineer. I live in Bengaluru. My hobbies include consuming entertainment related to football, Formula One, watching movies, and TV shows. DKMSD had come to our office with a registration drive to register stem cell donors. So they held a orientation program where they explained to us the whole process of how important it is for people to register as much as possible so that the patients or blood cancer patients have a chance of finding a match. So after we were briefed through the process, I was convinced and I wanted to be a part of the registry to be a potential stem cell donor, and that is when I got myself registered. There will always be a consent form, and you will be given a cotton swab. You would scrape out a bit of a cheek cells from the cotton swab, and then you would give it to the DKMS team. I was willing to donate the blood because when you get an opportunity to help someone, you'll always be ready. But I was a bit anxious because one, I needed to know more about the process, and two, it was pandemic time, so I was concerned on how the process will be handled, specifically regarding the COVID situations. Both the medicinal staff and the non-medicinal staff were very helpful. They were communicative and also approachable. So at first I met with the doctors and the nurses, and they explained me the whole process, told me what I'd be going through and what part would I play in each process, each steps, and then how important it is for the blood cancer patients. They were also open to my queries, both personal and related to the process, and they answered convincingly. And in addition to that, regarding the scheduling part, handling the transportation, the cab arrangements, the non-medical staff were also helpful, and they made sure that the process was very convenient for me as a donor, and they were always approachable at any point of time for my concerns. My parents were a bit anxious because one, they wanted to know more about the process, and then it was also the COVID times. But I had a good conversation with the doctors at that point of time, so I was able to talk to my parents and give them an idea of what was happening, after which they were convinced of my decision. There were no major lifestyle changes that I had to make before the donation process. However, it is advised, and also doctors would advise you not to do any heavy physical workouts or like running or gymming during the donation process. That's a week before the donation. And this is because when you're getting your GCSF injections, you're likely to feel a little discomfort, and it is advised that you don't risk yourself pushing physically during those times. Once you get a call from the DKMS team, you will be told on what the process is, and how will you as a donor play a part, and then how will it help the patients. Then they will arrange a meeting with you and the doctor and the nurses so that you get a brief on the people who handle the process on the medicinal side. And once you are convinced and you give your consent, you will be taken through a health checkup. So once the health checks pass, around 5 days leading up to donation, a nurse comes over to your home, and they will administer the GCSF injections. They check up on you, they make sure you're feeling good. After 4 days, on the day of the donation, you will be administered an injection in the morning, like around 6 a.m., 3 hours before the donation process starts. And around 10 a.m., you will get onto the hospital bed where you will begin the donation process. And once the 3 hours is done, the doctors and nurses will make sure that you have your lunch so that you feel strong enough and you take some rest. After that, you are free to go about a normal life. While you are getting the GCSF injections, you're likely to face a mild discomfort perhaps on the 3rd or the 4th day. There's nothing serious. You'll also be given a paracetamol tablet just to make sure if you ever feel a little light, you could probably have it. Other than that, I personally did not feel anything. Once the donation process was done, everything was back to normal. And it was because you have a lot of these stem cells due to GCSF injection, and the body sort of tends to react a little bit. So like you might get a light fever or light discomfort. That's the experience that I have. Stem cell donation is done on that day. I had a little discomfort, but after the good night's sleep, everything was back to normal the next day. Yes, I was given a brief information enough to be anonymous for the patient. It was a woman patient in her mid-30s. The health checkup is done and the doctor makes sure that as a donor, it's completely safe for you to go ahead with the process. So from my experience, I would say it is made sure the donor is not affected in any way possible, and everything is taken care of to ensure it is as smooth as possible for the donor. So I felt safe and hopefully convinces other people too. It's very rare to find a match for a blood cancer patient to find the right stem cells to get donated with. So it's necessary that we get as many people registered into the DKMS DMST registry. A simple act like this can give an opportunity to a lot of blood cancer patients to see if they have another chance to recover from it. So I urge people who haven't yet registered to get themselves registered so that someone else who is suffering from blood cancer has a higher chance of getting themselves a potential match and also a potential cure.